Hello everyone, I am Mrudula and today's topic I am going to tell you is related with the pharmacovigilance branch, and the today's topic name is the causality assessment. So let's start with the definition. Causality assessment is the assessment of relation between a drug treatment and the occurrence of adverse event. It is also used to to evaluate and check that the particular treatment is the cause of an adverse event or not. It is essential part of ADR and important task conducted by National Pharmacovigilance Program in each country. Now we see the objectives of causality assessment. First is the provide relationship between the drugs and events. Then signal detection, provide better evaluation of benefit and risk profile of drugs. Then plays an essential part of evaluating ADR reports in early warning systems and for regulatory purposes. Now we see how the causality assessments are performed. So there are mainly three methods used for the causality assessment. First one is the global introspection, second one is the algorithm method, and third one is the probabilistic method. So the first method is global introspection. So it is a process in which an expert expresses judgment about possible drug causation by considering all available data relevant to the suspected ADR. Assessment of ADR is either done by a single expert evaluator or by the group of expert evaluator. As evaluation and assessment of ADR by these experts are based on their perspective knowledge and experience about the subject of interest. Global introspection can be done by two methods. First one is the Swedish method, and second one is the WHO-UMC method. That means World Health Organization Uppsala Monitoring Center Causality Assessment Criteria. Next we see the WHO-UMC assessment criteria. So this is widely and globally accepted criteria. This system provides practical tool for assessment of case reports for international drug monitoring. Then it is used to detect unknown and unexpected ADRs. Then this assessment is based on the four criteria, that is time relationship between the drug used and the adverse event, then absence of other competing causes such as medication and disease itself, then response of drug withdrawal or dose reduction, that is the D challenge, and the response to drug readministration, that is the re challenge. The level of causal association is grouped into four categories, which are based on a number of above criteria being met, and that four categories are the certain, probable, then possible, and unlikely. So there are mainly six criteria under the UMC method. So first one is the certain, where the all four criteria are met. Second is the probable, where the only three criteria are met. Then third one is the possible, where the only one criteria is met. Fourth one is the unlike, where no criteria is met. Then fifth one is the unclassified, where the more data is needed. And the last one, that is unaccessible, where the incomplete information is obtained. After global introspection, now the second method is the algorithm method. So there are many algorithm methods of causality assessment, but not a single algorithm is accepted by the gold standard because of many shortcomings. So from that algorithm method, now we see the Naranjo's method, which is also known as in Naranjo's scale. Naranjo's method is the widely accepted method used to determine the likelihood of whether the ADR is actually due to the drug rather than the result of other factors. It consists of 10 questions that are answered into yes, no, or unknown. Then these answers are assigned via these score term definite, probable, possible, or the doubtful. The definite means where the total score is equal to or greater than 9. Then probable is when the total score is in between 5 to 8. Then the possible is when the total score is in between 1 to 4. And the doubtful is when a total score is less than or equal to 0. The third and last method of the causality assessment is the probabilistic method. So causality assessment is based on the study of prior probability and the posterior probability. The prior probability is calculated from the epidemiological information, and the posterior probability is combines this epidemiological background information with the evidence in the individual case. This method allows the simultaneous assessment of multiple cases.